Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Big Fish Theory. And this is the pre-match and the conversation with my father before the Palace game on Sunday. So we're going to Selhurst Park. Last result was 4-1 at home. Uh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored two, Ampadu and Stack. Obviously, similar positions as clubs at the moment. Um, I think Biol hopefully would be starting now, maybe dropping Justin to bench. Not that there's out wrong with him, maybe even Bogle to bench and Justin not right. But Biol for me to put on Strand Larson to, solidify that back four. He's a big unit, strong in air. We Rodon on right for his pace and we strike on left for his ball playing abilities. Obviously, Goodmanson is undroppable. I don't know whether Fark will drop Gruev maybe for Longstaff, but I think there's a chance and potentially he should. I feel like if we go for it, and we've seen it plenty of times this season, if we go for it, we can have them. We can have anybody if we really, really put that pressure on him. I don't think he'll start Nonto or James, but you never know. If he don't, there's a good call for Nemecha instead of Aronson, just so there's somebody a bit closer, a bit more physical to take off whatever Calvert Lewin does win in air. Because we've seen recently that we saw at the beginning of the season his isolation, and obviously you've seen that in his lack of goals recently as well. Um, I mean, we're very strong set piece wise, and that's how you'd have Biol. Also, with Ampadu's long throws, then you've got somebody to get that first contact, which he does well. And I'd like to see that a little bit more. I don't know what's happening with Rodon physically wise, but I think he's probably all right. He usually is. Obviously, Okafor is going to continue. He's still injured. I think you need to put Ampadu a lot more on Wharton. Maybe if we're playing quite deep, because he's their playmaker for sure. And we saw obviously he's a dangerous player, but Munoz might be injured, which is, I suppose, a benefit, although it weren't an issue before. Strand Larson obviously he's found a bit of form since he's gone there, but I really feel like we should take this game. I mean, it's fodder taking, We should take this in his teeth. We've seen when we pressure sides that we can dominate. And if we play that defensive structure that we have done recently again, and I don't think Fark's dropped back to form. We've had one poor result, like with the Sunderland game. I don't feel like it's a major issue that we've got struggling, as we were at the beginning of the season. He has the ability to change it. He's proven that he can, and I'll give him benefit of doubt for that. I don't know if he'll start Nonto. Uh, he doesn't seem to want to. And obviously, Anton Stack's now a mainstay. Uh, for me personally, don't like to say that anything's a massive 3 points, but with games coming up, I think obviously West Ham have got City, I believe, and Spurs who are going down 100%. Spurs are down. Have got Spurs have got Liverpool who are up and down, but Spurs have gone. Tudor, what a manager. He doesn't give a shit. He's not bothered. They're in absolute free fall. And yeah, reminiscent of when it happened to us. Everything in club's falling apart. Everything goes against them. They went 1-0 up against Palace and then, sending off from Van der Ven and just capitulate again. And you can imagine, exactly what they're going through. I've got no particularly against Spurs or Spurs fans. Uh, they've never been that good a set of fans to be worried about. To be honest, it's not like you go there and it's voracious. It's not loud, especially in that bigger stadium now. So yeah, I think we will be all right. And I think if you separate from the Sunderland game the issue of we all thought we were going to get 3 points, you can really then look at our overall season since the second half at City all that time ago. We're a very good side. and we deserve to be a little bit higher than we are, and maybe squad depth, maybe substitution timings at 70th minute have cost us some late goals, but we're a good side, and I think Gunnar Palace, you should really be showing that. And I know his away record is shocking, but things don't last forever. Like same as like the away draws in FA Cup. Obviously, we've got it again, but it couldn't last forever. You couldn't keep getting away draws continually. So for me, I think we'll beat them. I really do. I think we'll beat them. I think Fark will change it. I think he'll play Longstaff. I think there's a chance he'll play in the match, and I'm almost certain he'll put Biol in. And I think it'll probably be for Justin. Note against Justin, but realistically, he's the only left back cover we've got, and right back cover. We ain't got any wing back cover, unless he drops Bogle and plays him outright. I'm not sure what, but we'll see. I think when that team sheet comes out an hour and a half before game, we'll be looking at it thinking either we're going for this, we're going to have this, or I take a point, we're playing for a point, and there's a good chance that we might. I'm going to call my father, and thanks for joining.
You still there?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Too bad, not too bad. Looking forward to Sunday.
Yep, I think it's a big weekend, son, coming up for us. We're not playing till Sunday now, 2 o'clock. That gives West Ham, I think, play Man City on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. And Tottenham are at Liverpool. Is that 5:30 kick-off? So look. Tottenham. Oh, Tottenham's 4:30 on Sunday. Yeah, so I think it's a big. I'll tell you why I think it's a big game. This because obviously, if you look at it, you'll think Liverpool, hopefully, Tottenham, and then obviously Man City game. You're going to go for Man City, although saying that after last night losing 3-0, you don't know about that one. I think the only other game is Forest and Fulham. I think that's probably a winnable game, isn't it, for Forest? Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, obviously Fulham on the day they're a bit most middles. You could say about any centre at league sort of side is that they win some, lose some because that's how you end up there. Uh, they've definitely got capabilities to beat Forest. I still think for me Spurs is one you watch because they're absolutely gone. But like you said, the winnable game here is that we already beat them 4-1. You know what it? Two goals from Calvert-Lewin
I
and from
see Tottenham
right
now.
end. Ampadu, weren't it? Ampadu.
Yeah. I see Tottenham now as I saw us 3 years ago when we got relegated, changing managers for Circuit. We should have sacked Marsh, didn't get rid of Marsh, changed him to late. Allardyce came in with 6 games to go, and it just smells. Tottenham just smell of Leeds. That season we went down, shopping and changing, panicking. And he's looking under pressure already. If he loses Saturday against Liverpool, and hopefully, let's hope Liverpool can get 3 or 4 goals. But then we've got to do it ourselves, haven't we? That's the thing. Because if we can win, that puts huge pressure on Tottenham. I don't think we will win, but if we can win, if we can break this cycle as drawing away and losing away, and certainly with this London thing, if we can win, that's 5 points clear. And I think as goal difference, hopefully if Liverpool get a couple of goals, that's a big thing with 8 games to go in league. So it's a big weekend. I think it's a big weekend.
And they're beatable as well, very beatable. They're not far above us. We already beat them. They've got Nketiah's out, Mateta's out, and Munoz looks like him is going to be out, who we were looking at buying. And then obviously they've still got Sarr. He's got a lot of pace. He's good on ball. And Larson's playing quite well, Strand Larson. So I think we need to play Biol for that aerial presence and his power. And, also because he's fantastic. And maybe give Justin a rest. And they played Spurs last, And I think they went 1-0 down, and then Spurs got red card. And like you said, like what happened to us season, everything goes against you. They just capitulate. The 3-1 down at half time. Like, they've gone. But I don't see Palace. I see Palace as one of the lesser threats that we've got to play towards, in this run of games.
Yeah. I think what we need is Tottenham to play that goalkeeper they played the other day.
I don't think they're going to.
We'll be all right then. We'll not need another point. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking at team changes, what will he make? Well, will he make any? Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, obviously from Norwich game he will, but you know what he's like. He likes Aronson, he likes Gurev. I don't know. So it depends, doesn't it? If he's brave, but I think he'll probably play a similar side to what he played against Sunderland.
Yeah, but I mean, they'll play a 3-4-2-1. They're pretty stuck to how their system works. And there is space down their wings, absolutely space down their wings. And their playmakers, Adam Wharton in centre, he's fantastic in all fairness. Yeah. There's definitely, if you get at them, and we've seen it all season, if we really guff our sides, we put them on back foot, and obviously best game we've played all season, November, end of November, or end of December when we played them. And, we battered them, absolutely battered them. It was a fantastic game of football. But you've got to go for it. You've got to be sturdy, but still attack-minded. And I know, obviously, as form home compared to away, but I really think if we can go for them, we'll have them, absolutely have them.
I agree. Yeah, the thing is, right, we'll sit down here, everybody watching this, any Leeds fan before this game, will be thinking like we think, that Fark will probably go into the game and be quite cautious. And then do what he normally does on 70, 75 minutes, chuck wingers on. But as in wingers, Daniel James, Nonto kind of thing to try and get, if he does play Nonto, to try and get ball into the box. But I think if we start like that, I think you're right. I think the space down Palace, left and right. But I still think if you look at us going into that game, you're back four, you're left back, you're right back. Yeah, it's the midfield. What will he do at midfield? I think that's the big question here. Will he play Gurev? Will he drop in, put Longstaff in? Aronson. He loves him, doesn't he? Let's be honest. And he has dropped off a little bit, Aronson, the last few games. I'm not going to slag him off because he's been most improved player, one of the most improved players this season, in fairness to him. But I still think he'll play them both. And I think that's where are we? Weird kind of thing. If Okafor were fit, I think he'd play Okafor. He'll play Calvert-Lewin up front, as we know. If he's fit, hopefully he is. There's no doubt with him. But I think he'd probably just play the same side at start at Sunderland game. Unless there's injuries. Don't you?
I think he'll start Biol. I do think he'll start Biol. I don't know whether that's going to be Bogle that drops or Justin. I suppose there's not much of a case for dropping either.
Probably. I think probably out of two, you'd say Justin, wouldn't you?
I would. And just because, no against him,
brilliant.
But we've got the running now, and that is the basic. He's the only person we've got as fullback cover for it. Who could play on left. And I don't really want to see Strike on. I prefer him as a left centre back as I did ever as a left back. And I'm pretty sure he prefers to be left centre back. But I think if you've got Biol in centre, who's your dominating presence, he's great in air. You've got Rodon on right, who's, in all fairness, one hell of a pacey defender. He gets players out of shit sometimes. He's tracking back. It's incredible. And those last-ditch sliding behind tackles. And Pascal Strike's definitely our best ball-playing defender. If you can have those three as your three centre-backs, that's a fantastic gift to have and incredibly versatile. And plus you've got recently Joe Rodon just randomly turning up on right wing every now and again, which is, just nice to see.
Yeah. In fairness, a lot of places, don't they? You'll start off with one system and 10 minutes into the game, what's happening there?
It's a nightmare when I'm trying to review it.
James will come over to the other side, and then you're looking, he's back over there now. which I suppose confuses away, away side or whoever we're playing kind of thing. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Because I think that Palace game's there for same as you say. They're mid-table. They ain't going to go down. They're not going to win out. I think it's a game day that we have to go and be brave and go for it, because I think looking at other sides, they've got harder games this weekend than we have, right? I still go on, a point away from home. Is it a good point at this stage of season? I don't know, because if West Ham do win, I'm not saying they will, but if they do win, suddenly, I don't know. You can't look at Man City. So you've got City playing who they're playing? Tottenham, aren't they? Is it Tottenham playing this week?
No, Tottenham are playing Liverpool.
No, Tottenham. Sorry, Tottenham have got Liverpool, right? After our Tottenham's been playing, you put that on as a Liverpool win. You put West Ham against Man City, you put City down. But I don't think City are half side the one. To be honest with you, I think we should have had some attack to both at games against City. And I think if West Ham go for it, and if West Ham win, then you've got problems. That does drag us into it. Suddenly it's same points as us. Goal difference is slightly better for us. So it's one of them games it's got to go in and it's got to win for me. Don't go and try and get a point. You've got to win. We've got to be brave. 8 games after this. You've got to be brave. For me. And I think
they're right. Taking as well, because they play tonight.
Yeah. Get what they call it now. Yeah, I mean, he'll not play on tour. We know he'll not play on tour. He'll probably fetch him on, but he'll not play. Not from the beginning. And we don't know what's happening with Okafor, do we? What's latest?
Yeah, he's still injured.
He's still out, is he?
Obviously, there's still pre-match conference to come out, but he's still out. That's only what we've got. Obviously, there's this sickness coming through.
Is that what we Calvert-Lewin, this sickness bug?
Yeah, they were Calvert-Lewin, and then that's why Bornau went off at half-time.
Right.
Not because he's a rubbish right back, but because he was sick.
All right. Yeah, well, only one.
I don't mind him as a centre-back at all, but he's not a right-back in a million years.
No, I won't pull him down for that, but yeah. I think we were all feeling sick after that Sunderland game, weren't we? But got no injury problems apart from Okafor, obviously. But like you said, Nonto should be in contention for a game. And James, because they're spaced down them wings with system that they play, and not only that they play tonight, they're playing Lanark tonight in Conference League. So they'll be tired. There's tired legs out there no matter what. They have a longer season than us, and you see it because obviously they win FA Cup and then suddenly they knock back down this end, and it's a shame they're in conference obviously for them because whatever happened with legalities, who owned what club and all that sort of crap. So for them, like, realistically, they must be feeling a bit safe. I imagine it's same as us with Sunderland. If we go and win on Sunday, they'll suddenly think, oh, we've been dragged back into it again. You know what I mean? They lost to Scum before that. And I mean, they were 1 down against Spurs, which that doesn't happen very often this year, does it? No, it doesn't. No. I mean, looking at it now, 40. This is it. This is the beauty of football. This is why I love it. I'm 65 and I still love it and I still get excited about it because you never know. You just don't know. Who would have thought West Ham had got out of this? 4 or 5 weeks ago, they were dead and buried. They're on a good run. In fact, I think I looked at form table today. They're somewhere like 4th or 5th up there, on expected goals. I think that something that's like 3 points, somewhere. 3.2. We're down. We're way down on expected goals. I think we're about 6th, 7th from bottom. But so I think West Ham, their form side, a team who's out of form always goes down. That's and I don't mean that. It sounds a bit daft, but a team who lose form and it gets harder and harder. And if Tottenham lose and we can win, that leaves Tottenham 8 games to get out of it. That's you're starting to get, and their running's not brilliant either. I think it's a big game, this Palace game. I think he's got to be brave and go for it, but I don't think he will be. I think he'll play a conservative. Let's just say I might be wrong. I hope I am. Let's just say I think he'll play a conservative side. I think he'll start basically with what we finished with against. Not sorry, what we started with against Sunderland. I think that's the issue.
I know he'll not play Nonto, and I know he'll probably not start with James, and we'll play a similar system with Aronson or maybe Nemecha, because if you're looking at players that played this into contention at Norwich with Norwich game, you've got to be looking at Nonto were great, James, Tanaka, but didn't make as much of a shout for it as Longstaff did. So Longstaff is a shout for coming in for Gruev, which is a good chance. And I've got no against Gruev. It's just there's different levels to him. That's all. And then you're not going to drop Stark. You're not dropping Ampadu no matter what. Goodmanson, fantastic. Rodon strike, they're staying, Perry'll go back to the bench and then Darlow will be back in net and Calvert-Lewin will be up front. So it's whether Nemecha or you change system to incorporate then James and Nonto and you only play two centre midfielders, but I don't think he's going to do that either. So I think Longstaff, I think Biol will be in, but I think Longstaff is possibly the only one that will have an actual shout to get on pitch, yeah.
For Gruev.
For Gruev, yeah, for Gruev.
I think the problem is, we need to get some decent balls in for Calvert-Lewin. He's proved he can score, he's good in box, but he has dried up a little bit. And when we do play it out centre for him, and there's nobody to play off him, that's why I think the match is a good option.
Last weekend.
Yeah, but you need players to play off as well. And I do think with Calvert-Lewin, you need balls coming in from either wing, either side. That's his his meat and two veg basically. I think, just get ball in box for him, give him a chance, don't play that centre. Yeah, just so one win away from home, right? We've 8 games left now. 9. 5 away, 4 to 2, and we have 1 win away from home. That was Wolves. And then you look at what we've drawn, what we've lost. We've been unlucky in some. We've been crap in others. Forest away, I thought we didn't deserve outside to it. We went on no tough, and then we were just rubbish after that. Games that I think it said somewhere, bottom of Forest, can't remember what others were, that we've got one at West Records against Floyd Sides.
I can imagine that,
from where we are. Burnley, we lost at Burnley, another one. Burnley, should never have lost at Burnley, but we did. We didn't play well enough. System, whatever you call it. So as away form's been rubbish this season. It's not been good at all. And when we have played well, then basically he's got it wrong. Second day, but changing it too late.
We've
talking about Everton because
I know, yeah, you mentioned that one every time, but we've only away game we won is Wolves.
Yeah, we mentioned that till we get relegated.
Only away game we've won is Wolves. And it was when Wolves were Wolves.
Didn't they go 1-0 up as well?
They did, yeah. Actually, a lovely move from them, weren't it? It cut through, lovely through ball. Yeah. But, like you say, you've got to take some points away. I know we've had quite a few draws away, and I know he's a conservative manager, and he probably goes out with the same squad. I think apart from Biol, I think Biol will definitely start, I think.
Played well the other day, Norwich. Yeah, you're right.
So, we'll see. You're obviously it's same in it. You wait for starting lineup, and you've already made your decision on how the game's going to go.
Well, it's going to change. How can I say it? It's going to change my opinion and my mind on it all, because I don't think he holds us back. Listen, I've gone on about Fat for a long time, right? And he's done a really good job. Last season was brilliant. 100 points, lovely football, walked away with league. I just think that you have to progress and learn as a manager. And he seemed to, after that Man City game, then we seem to, just go back in the shells a little bit this last few games, I think. And I do worry. I do. I am worried looking at table, to be honest with you. I know everybody's saying, you look at our running at. You're saying, Wolves have hit some form. They're down, so they just all of a sudden started playing decent football. You've got to be licking Burnley, because if you don't, but Burnley have not been playing that bad. They were unfortunate last week against Brentford. We've got Brentford; they're a bit unknown. I don't think any game's easy, and that's why we have to put pressure on these teams below us. we don't want to be going in. You know, that last 2 away games for us is Tottenham away, I think. Tottenham away, West Ham away. Something daft like that. Or have we got another one? I can't remember. But
that's his last 2
don't
aways.
want to go to Tottenham and just be, 2 points clear. It lasts 2 aways, isn't it? Yeah, so you don't want to go to Tottenham 2 points clear or West Ham 2 points clear. You want to be going there 5 or 6 points clear. So you don't want to get anybody any hope. So I think Sunday's a big game. If he goes for it, well, we'll see. I mean, they're a good side, Palace. They're a good home side as well. They've got good home support. They're loud. You get behind the team. It's not a quiet place to go, Palace. So they've got to be up for it, lads, I think. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I'm not nervous, but I will be Sunday. Well, we all will be, won't we?
Before I go, I've got, one thing to tell you.
Score prediction.
All right.
What's that?
I reckon 3-1.
What, Palace? What, Leeds? You think 3-1 Leeds, do you? I think, do you know what I think? Seriously, I want us to win, but I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it'll be a draw.
Stats certainly tell that story.
I think probably, and the thing is, we don't know if it'll be a good draw yet, do we? Until the rest of, and I mean, it might be a good point after the rest of the teams have played. Everybody might lose, and you think, actually, that's a good point. And then going on to the Brentford game next Saturday, 8 o'clock kickoff.
Luckily, we'll already know.
Yeah, but let's. You what?
We'll already know because we're kicking off in
next
afternoon.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously we're 8 o'clock, we're late kickoff, aren't we? So one of them stupid kickoff times. But yeah, it's 9 o'clock your time, isn't it? You'll not be getting no sleep if you lose. There is this.
I've got a quick one for you though. So one thing, it's meat and drink for Calvert-Lewin. Meat and 2 veg is your cock and balls. And
yeah.
And for second thing, if you could win FA Cup, but we'd get relegated, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I think the thing is, right, everybody will be looking at this and saying, oh, no, I didn't agree with that, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm 1960, I was born, right? So I saw great side play. Clark and Brown, Giles, all these wonderful players, David Harvey, and all this. Right, so the Leeds were one of the best sides in Europe. So I want to see them days back. I don't want us just bottom 4 or 5 every season and then that's brilliant, we stopped at Premier League. The only people that care about that, it's money people. Oh, well, you need to be in Premier League. Actually, last season was probably one of the best seasons I've enjoyed in 4 or 5 years. It was brilliant. What a lovely season it was. 100 points, licking everybody. It's not be-all and end-all Premiership. It is for the money men. Hence, they've just put season ticket up to 710 quid. 2 years ago, it was 500 quid. 13% it's gone up for us this season. Of these long-term supporters that's had season tickets 40, 50 years. Fair enough, I ain't got a problem with. But it's only people that want to stop it Premiership. No, sorry, not only people. But I want us to win something. I want it to be challenging for Europe. I remember Leeds from old days, these kids now, these young lads, 20, 22, 23, 24, they don't realise how big a club Leeds were. I was listening to a podcast the other day about, Tottenham are too big to go down. I remember Man U getting relegated. I think it was 74, 75 seasons, somewhere around there. I remember Man U going down. These, European Cup winners, by the way. When Leeds got relegated in 82, it was seismic. It was huge. Leeds have been in Europe for 10 years. Semi-final, finals, as you know his record. And then when we got relegated, it was massive. These big clubs go down. These big clubs go down. And for the day at Wembley, if I were guaranteed for us to win FA Cup, before I die, I'd die for that. Yeah, I would. I'd get up. I know what won't. And I want money men won't. No, we don't want that and all that crap. Yeah. The most expensive season ticket in. It'd be ironic if we went down and Tottenham went down, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
2 most expensive season tickets in Championship. But now, I'd take FA tomorrow. I'd love it. Unless they've got a plan where we're up there. Don't forget, Man City won't win the war. Man City were crap. I remember Man City in all third division. I think they licked Gillingham in playoff final to get promoted back up, if I remember right.
It was between us and them who went down.
You what?
It was between us and them who went down.
Yeah. To be honest with you, so I'll take a day at Wembley. Unless we stop up. If we're going to stop up and struggle again next season, then no. I don't want that. I want us to do well. I want us to be pushing on for Europe. It's Leeds. It's not some crappy club.
I mean, you don't know, do you?
Survive in Premiership. I don't want that. I don't want that for a club. Just survive in Premiership. What's that all about? That's not. You're in the game to win something, aren't you? You follow your club. No matter what club you've got in your life, you follow your club because it's your club, because you love it. You can be an Oxford fan, a Donny fan, Halifax fan, Scunny fan. You follow your club because it's your club. You don't follow them to win all. You follow them because it's your club. But if you can win some, bloody hell, I can still remember '92. That season and how you felt. Your stomach was sick every game going into it because it was tight, and then. I think we had a week celebrating continuously. And now I'd love that to come back for Leeds. I really would. So a day at Wembley, I'd take it tomorrow. Get relegated. I know a lot will not agree with that, but I'd love a day at Wembley. If we were guaranteed winning. And I don't mean semi-final either, because semi-final should not be played.
No, I agree.
FA, there's enough decent, Villa Park, Old Trafford, places like that, depending on who you're playing. But that means us going down. I mean, if we do link West Ham, so we'll be down for West Ham game, then we'll be down for semi-final, then we'll be down for Tottenham, then we'll be down again for West Ham game, and then we'll be down for final. Everything's London-based, isn't it? With grounds up here big enough for a semi-final.
Yeah, but also semi-final, you can still have draw. I agree. What they did is they took flavour out of final being at Wembley by making it semi-final. They took flavour out of FA Cup by taking it off of BBC and by stopping it being last game at season. And it's because everything has to revert to Premier League. And like you say, it's cost money.
And then stupid kick-off times, 5:30 here. I think I can't. Is it on a Sunday night? FA Cup coming round? I can't remember what even final is. Don't even look bad. I don't know. It cannot be Saturday at 3:00 when it should be. The greed. You know what it is? It's greed. It's greed in football. That's all it is. Money, greed. You charge as much as you can for your beer and your lager and yeah. Anyway, that's what it is. We just have to live with it. Right, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna work.
All right, love.
I need to save some money for my season ticket.
Okay. See you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.